Part two, the main events, the final three matches of Lockdown, which was live in Philadelphia. I just saw it. Whoever, if you saw it, you probably enjoyed it. It was a pretty good pay-per-view overall, despite the crowd, you know. But let's go to the main events. Final three matches on the card. The For tag team domination, it was Team 3D versus Beer Money. TNA titles and the IWGP tag titles on the line. And if you saw the opening with Team 3D outside of Philadelphia, and they made it a more important match. And they pulled another promo before the match around the crowd of Philadelphia, which, you know, I think made the match more predictable than what it was because 3D had too many promos. Two promos in one pay-per-view with the same team, you know. They didn't even do a promo on Beer Money. Beer Money didn't even do a promo for this match before the match even began. It was all 3D, so I guess you were leaning towards the fact that 3D was going to win this match. So, it's Philadelphia Street Fight. That means the cage door was open and said there was violence. There was a lot, you know. Said there was going to be blood. There was only one person that bled, and that was Bubba. You know, but all in all, it was a pretty good match. I liked the match a lot. You know, 3D got the crowd into it. It was all about 3D's crowd participation, and you know what was lacking from the first half of the night or the quarter night. You know, was that crowd. You know, except for the IWGP Junior match, which was great, like I said before, and Awesome Kong's spot, the front flip. So, like the crowd participation, everybody wanted tables. They got tables. They wanted them on fire. Didn't happen. In the end, false communication or bad communication by James Storm and Robert Roode caused them their downfall. 3D onto a table. Team 3D are now 22. No, 22. Yeah, 22. They're the 22-time World Tag Team Champions. If you don't know it, go to the TNA website. They already have a shirt out. Within hours of them winning the titles, they already have a shirt out. It's on pre-order. Even more predictable than what it was. You know, you're already taking out a shirt right after they just won the titles. Probably before that. So, the shirt's out. Whatever. But it was a pretty good match. But in my opinion, I thought 3D's match with LAX at Lockdown 07 was a way better match. Even though I hated the structure of that cage that year, it was an electrified cage match. You know, despite that, you know, 3D and LAX pulled out a great match. I think that was, next to the match of the night. But I'm not taking this match down. It was a great match. But I think 3D's match with LAX at Lockdown 2 years ago was better, much better. You know, but who am I? Lethal Lockdown. Team Jarrett versus Team Angle, aka TNA Originals versus the Main Event Mafia. So, pretty good match. You know, they all 8 of these men busted their ass. All of them. You know, even though Jarrett came out late, just the fact that Nash finally got in the ring after a couple of months from the staph infection. Who knows if he is really fully recovered from that staph infection. But Nash did all he could. You know, Joe reigniting that flame, that rivalry between him and Nash when Joe rushed out of that cage and just started beating down on Nash was great. You know, it makes you not forget what happened at Bound for Glory. You know, it was a great match overall. You know, the fact that got me was in the beginning. They said the front Don West indicated that the top of the cage was reinforced so nobody won't climb out, which bummed me a little bit because of all the spots that AJ Styles did at every lethal lockdown match that he's been in. You know, so I was bummed about that until Angle broke the roof. So Angle broke the roof, and once again it was Angle and Styles on top of the cage. You know, Angle knocks him out. Angle falls. You know, Angle goes back down inside, and I did not expect this. Styles dove through the cage. Something probably you would never see in WWE anymore. Styles dove through the cage, sacrificed himself, dove through the cage. Holy shit moment. It was great. You know, I marked out big time for Styles going through that cage. Um, we were about to see a swerve with Jeff Jarrett, probably gonna hit AJ Styles with the guitar because Booker T ducked and hit Styles with the chair earlier. So you were thinking the swerve, but no swerve. Jarrett hit Booker with the guitar. Yeah, hit Booker with the guitar. Pinfall on Booker by AJ, and the match was over. Team Jarrett wins, and we see the signed individual who was from another organization, which was Bobby Lashley, aka Black Lesnar. Um, so I expect good things with Brock. I'm about to say Black again, but I expect good things from Lashley. I hope he got better. You know, he has MMA skills in his belt, but yet, you know, WWE, he must have had probably has better in-ring ability than what he had before, and I hope he's worked on his mic skills. Please, I'm begging. Make a good promo. Main event, TNA title, Sting versus Foley. It started off very slow, which I expected it would be. It started off slow, you know, it just escalated and escalated, kept building and building, you know. First half of the match there were boring chants, you know, but you have Foley and Sting that are, you know, veterans in this sport. And like I said, it's a rare occasion to see two individuals like those be in a cage. But like I said, the action kept building and building. You know, all the rules that Foley set, he wanted to go against them. Like he wanted the cage door to be locked at the beginning, so it didn't happen. He wanted to go through the hole, so he drop kicked the cameraman. Didn't work, and he got the bat. So that's when shit really started to get serious with the barbed wire bat. You know, blood between both men. Foley bleeded even before the match even started, punching himself, just like he did at Impact on Thursday. It was a pretty good match. I liked this match. You know, it was one of the better lockdown main events, you know, but I can't go against Joe and Angle from last year. Joe and Angle last year was classic. Nothing can top that main event in my mind. But Foley and Sting busted their ass. In the end, Foley is the TNA champion. Really interesting to see how that's going to work. Foley gets his 4th world title reign, while Sting in the main event Mafia will go separate ways, probably. We'll see.
He thinks he's you. Charles is playing as me?
Well, this is my lockdown review. I'll have my ups and downs in the next vid, so I'll see you soon. Later.